Alright, what up YouTube? Asian Persuasion here. We're at YCS Atlanta here with my boy Slim right here, doing some deck profiles. We're here with the top 16 duels. What's your name and what'd you play, bro?
Colby Potts, and I played FTK Pendulum Magicians.
And this FTK ruined my life round 10. My life ended. Yep, ended my career. But this deck is awesome, so let's get into this deck, bro.
So basically, it's a regular Pendulum Magician deck, except we play the Supreme King engine and use it to just like search Instant Fusion.
Yeah.
And pretty much like 90% of the time, you just FTK your opponent. If they don't have a hand trap, you just win the game. There wasn't a single match where I didn't FTK my opponent at least once. I probably did it 16, 17, 18 times over the course of the tournament.
Insane. It's so consistent.
And it's just as good going second. I'll show you why. So first, just the Magicians, 3 Purple Poison, 3 Black Fang, and 3 Harmonizing. These cards are, I mean, these are the best ones going second. This one's really good with Instant Fusion because it played Thousand Eyes, so it can loop Thousand Eyes back. If you Instant Fusion, take a monster, scale Black Fang, have another monster's attack, and bring back Thousand Eyes, take it again.
Nice.
So these are just the best ones. I also played 3 Astrograph and Stargazer. I didn't open this card very much, but I mean, this card's broken. It's the reason the deck is still playable.
That card should not. It's not a one-foot turn anywhere on
fix with 2,500 attack. It's ridiculous.
Free summon, man.
I also played 3 Chronograph and Time Gazer. A lot of the time, Chronograph, you don't even use its effect to summon this out. A lot of the times, if you have Pendulum Call, you use it as your 8 scale. That way you can use the 13 scale Supreme King effect to swap itself out and put the 13 scale in the scale zone because your Magicians can't be destroyed under Pendulum Call. So if this is your 8 scale, you can Pendulum Call, then summon out the 13 scale and swap this out for that and summon Darkroom from the extra deck to search the Fusion via the FTK. And then this card sucks, but you gotta play it.
The Garnet. The Garnet's a Magician.
The most insane card in the deck, 3 Darkworm.
Yeah, this card is so good.
This card's best starter card, best extender card. If you open this card, you pretty much are guaranteed to be able to FTK your opponent. It's like monkey board in the scale, and it's always +1, so it's insane. And then to go with it, I played 2 of the Supreme King Gate 0 and 1 of the Supreme King Gate Infinity. So basically, how you win is if you open any of these, or Foolish or Shrine, which we play a lot of, you get Darkworm and you get either this, or if you already have this in your hand, you can go get this scale. And then if you don't, what you do, if you just have this, just the access to the Darkworm, you just get this Pendulum Summon out. When you make Electrum, you send this to your extra deck. So when you Pendulum Summon out, you Pendulum Summon this out from the extra deck, and you still have Darkworm left in your extra deck, so then you use its effect, its monster effect, is it can destroy itself and another face-up card you control to special summon a Pendulum Dragon from your extra deck. So you leave this in your extra deck, pop your high scale, summon out the Darkworm, and then its other effect is when it's destroyed, it can put itself in the skill zone. So then you have the 0 and the 13 to search Instant Fusion.
That's ridiculous.
And if you're under Pendulum Call, that's why a lot of times you want the Chronograph Sorcerer. To be able to do that combo. Played Foolish, 2 Dragon Shrine. Didn't play 3 Dragon Shrine because you'd open multiples a lot and it was just really dead and there's not another target in the deck for it. But if you see these cards, you're almost guaranteed to win the game. It's like, I don't know if I'd consider playing more because I always open the FTK anyway, so like it was consistent enough. But I did break with the extra Dragon Shrine a few times, but it was fine because like I usually just won it.
You still won anyway.
Well, drawing those off Electrum sucks.
Drawing these off Electrum sucks, but drawing this card off Electrum is broken.
The win con right here.
If you draw this card, you win the game. Like I never drew this card and didn't win the game. Like except maybe in that last round, but I would have been able to search it anyway, where he had the ogre for the end of the FTK. But if you draw this card, you just summon out.
Literally, I read that like 3 times to make sure it was doing what it was doing. I was like, I don't know what that
as long as you can summon, as long as you have access to Instant Fusion and you can put 4 Dark Pendulum monsters on the field, which is our entire deck. We don't play any non-Dark Pendulum monsters. Then you just can do 8,500 damage.
85.
And then because I'm trying to draw Instant Fusion, 3 Desires. Never banished what I needed. Always drew 2 cards. It was insane. Wouldn't cut it.
Redraw 2.
2 Allure, because we're trying to dig for Instant Fusion, and Dark Worm and Shrine. At first I was siding this card out, but then I realized, like, if I see Instant Fusion or like Desires, I'm usually just winning the game. So I just said, screw it, this is better than any of my side deck cards, because this is by far just like the most unfair engine in the room, right?
Yeah.
Because you're playing a real deck that also just FTKs your opponent. Like, but you're not like getting, it's not like Gem Knight FTK where like you have to go second playing Gem Knight cards.
Yeah.
So this is great for digging for cards. We played 2 Duelist Alliance, 2 Pendulum Call, and 1 Pendulum Paradox. This is basically, we just wanted as many copies of Pendulum Call as we could have without seeing multiples.
Yeah.
And this was our second Duelist Alliance target, which was really good. Anytime you had a Sorcerer in hand, Astrograph or Chronograph, you'd be able to use its scale effect to summon out the little guy. And then once you link summon for the Electrum, you'd be able to activate this and just add them both back to your hand.
Yeah.
And that gives you the monsters in hand to summon out, to have the 4 dark monsters to do the FTK.
Yeah.
And then the last card we played was Monster Reborn.
God card.
It was just super sacky. I top decked it against a Borreload, or my opponent had Borreload in the graveyard, and I like top decked it, took his Dante, and like killed him round 1. This was the original idea though is to play around Ogre. Like if they Ogre our Electrum and we have the FTK combo and we also have this, we can just bring it back and continue
keep playing. I'm assuming that's a 40 card main.
Yeah, and I can't think of anything I would change. Like, honestly, it was insane. It was by far the most unfair deck in the room.
I felt used in my match. I felt so used as a pawn.
And then
Sat there and got FTK.
2 Electrum. I missed the 3rd. Every kind of game I went second and had to grind, I kind of missed the 3rd. But going first, I never missed it because you only need 2. The second one can guarantee you the FTK. Because one can put Dark Worm in the extra deck, and then the second one can like get you Dark Worm to summon to then get the 0.
Yeah.
So 2 of those, and then Zephyr Metaltron. It's just a better decode talker, honestly. And it's insane in this deck because like you need to Pendulum Summon 4 Dark Monsters.
And then 3.
So 3 zones. So what you do is you Instant Fusion out for this when you have Electrum. You can use its effect to burn for 500 if you want. And then you just go straight into this to then Pendulum Summon.
Yeah.
And you just need 1 more monster from your hand and you win the game.
That's not hard,
Not all dark.
Nope. They're almost all dark.
Played Borreload. I think I made it once to take. I took an opposing Borreload. Yeah. This just is like to out opposing Borreloads are like Brawl monsters because like we didn't play Ignister, so we didn't really have other non-targeting removal. And this is just easier to make because we're playing so many different level monsters, like the level 7 scales, that it was just easy. And we weren't playing Luster or anything like that to search with Duelist Alliance. So this was like our best way for non-targeting removal.
Yeah.
And then Link Karibo. This is strictly here for your level 1 fusion monsters. Sometimes you need this to do the FTK combo, because when you don't have an extra monster in your hand, so like you have the Zephyr with 3 zones from the extra deck, and you need 1 more because you need a 4th Dark Pendulum monster, you can make this, and for example, you can make a second Electromite and then pop it and then add a monster back to your hand so you can summon.
Free.
This card needs to be
unaffected
banned.
by a card effect?
He's unaffected by card effects. So you can't pop him because he's unaffected by card effects.
That card is
So this card is easily just needs to be emergency banned or something.
Yeah.
Because,
This is the FTK.
Its effect is it burns for its level times 500, and then it gains 500 attack for its level. And it's also unaffected by card effects. So you summon this out with Instant Fusion, and then once it goes to the graveyard, or it can still be on your field, you
start
use
copying
your
this
4 Dark Pendulum monsters to make 2 Supreme King Starving Venoms.
Rip my life.
So you just link this away, make like the Zephyr Link monster, then you just Pendulum Summon, or you just Fusion Summon, Contact Fusion Summon 2 of these underneath, and then you just use each effect to copy this in the graveyard.
It's 4K.
And it just burns for 4K. And then going second, it's even more insane because you can just bait out their back row, bait out their interruptions, Instant Fusion out for this, and then if you have any way to just put 2 Dark Pendulum monsters on the field, you can then link it away for Link Karibo, summon 1 of these, use its effect to copy, burn for 4,000, and then swing for 6,800 because it has 6,800 attack from this effect.
Yeah.
And it's unaffected by card effects, and its own effect gives piercing damage to all your monsters. So like against Burning Abyss, I just instant fusion this out, summoned a Dark Worm, and just normal summoned a Pendulum monster. Burned for 4,000 and attacked over Dante for game.
Rip my life.
I attacked over Hope Harbinger for game. I attacked over a bunch of like 3,000 attack monsters for game.
Like nice
it's just
monsters.
unfair. And then once the effect's copied, it doesn't matter if they have a mirror force or like if they, you know what I mean? If they figure out what's about to happen, it's already too late because it's unaffected by card effects. So this card is just insane. It's wild. And then the last, I also played Thousand Eyes, so this is really good going second as a fusion target because Black Fang revives Dark Spellcasters every time it's destroyed.
Guess what that is.
You go instant fusion out for Thousand Eyes, take something, link it away for Link Kribo, then just scale this to have their other monsters attack, destroys itself, float back out Thousand Eyes, take another thing. So that's just insane too. I did that a lot. The last fusion I played was Vortex. I made it once the entire tournament. Like one time I didn't open the combo. And if you can make this, you usually just win the game anyway, so it just didn't matter. And for Vortex, I also played Odd Eyes Absolute.
To summon that thing.
And then ranked 4s, Baguska. I never made this entire tournament. Tornado, I think I made twice. Once to out an anti-spell, and once in like a grind game against Burning Abyss when I was second. And then the 2 synchros I played were the Regeki guy, I don't know his name, Supreme King Regeki. This is great, it's just board wipe that you can make out of your extra deck. Really good card. And Omega, which I think I made once all tournament. Omega, the reason we played it was because we wanted it to be our out to cherry, so if we got cherried, we just make Omega on the standby phase, put an Electrum back in the graveyard, and then we can tag it out, and then on the next turn we can summon the fusion and copy Electrum's effect, and you have Omega coming back, this with 2,800 attack, and once you resolve Electrum, like, you usually have enough on board for game anyway, so you didn't actually need the Pendulum Zones for it. And the only other benefit to this was if your hand was nutty enough, you could make this before you FTK'd them to see what they were playing. That only came up like once, and it's super extra, but the hardest part about this deck was siding, because when we'd FTK them, we just had no idea what they were playing. So if your hand was nutty enough, you just make this first, and they would have no idea what's going on, and then you FTK them so you know what to side. That happened like once. The side deck, most of this is actually just not used. 3 Wavering Eyes for the mirror. Just sided going second. I never sided going first. I just put the deck back to the way it was going first. That was for going second in the mirror. Lava Golem also for going second in the mirror. Didn't go second in the mirror very much and know that I was going second in the mirror. You know what I mean? So these cards actually just didn't get used very often.
Ryan Fletcher. Oh my God.
3 Ash. This is what I would just default to.
Best card versus Rogue.
Yeah, best card.
Best card versus Rogue. This is like the default side in when we had no idea what our opponent was playing, because we figured like it's good against every deck. It's not great against anything, but it's like it's good against every deck. So this is usually what I was siding in, and then going second versus pretty much everything but the mirror. If I knew I was playing the mirror, I wouldn't side this in, but other than that, I would. And 3 evenly. Never sided once all tournament.
It's expensive.
It's expensive.
I just never needed it. Didn't want to side it for the mirror either because they had too many negations. And the last 3 were 3 Twin Twisters. Also, don't think I sided the entire tournament.
And just for the people that don't understand the FTK, do you want to just show them like a really quick thing? Because it's actually kind of confusing for people that don't understand what.
Yeah,
I've still seen it once, and I still don't know how my body felt.
Show them their doom.
Show them this FTK,
So
like a
if you-
2-3 card combo, whatever it is.
You open like Shrine,
Because this is
example,
literally like the most.
Chronograph.
Yeah, like that could probably get it all going right here.
Like
That's how you did it against
Like
me.
any monster.
Yeah,
And
any
then
monster
there.
at that point. Yeah.
And then like any 2 like cards that'll get you to Dark Pendulum.
Yeah, and then just like a handful of Dark Pendulum monsters. So you just Shrine,
Yeah.
you send Darkworm to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Use special Darkworm and use its effect to get 0 scale.
With a minute left, we're
It's your
once
hand.
again trying to get through this. Alexander Nicholas
Scale
Carlo.
the chronograph.
Marcus
Use its effect. Special out. This will be your action.
Daniel Luis Rivero may have checked in.
Special out your time gazer.
Ryan John Colina.
You can use Ashgraph's effect. Search another chronograph.
Daniel Joseph Nowak was checked in. Hendrik Wilhelm Van
And then you go into Electrum.
Yep.
Ryan.
And then with Electrum, you send the 13 scale. And this is where my opponents start just being really confused.
Yeah, I didn't know what was happening when you sent the donut.
Send the 13
I was like,
scale
what's the
to the
donut?
extra.
Donut.
It's a donut. I didn't know what was happening.
That's breast
Oh, this-
cancer awareness.
Yeah, cancer awareness. You're right. I like it.
And then what you want to do is you want to
This one's the donut.
Yeah, that's a donut.
well, you probably
So this is your extra deck right here. We should party swap it.
Yeah.
There we go. That looks right.
Yeah, there we go.
it's just so different every time.
No, you're upside down. You shouldn't know how to do it upside down. This is confusing.
And then usually you just need like another Dark Pendulum monster in your hand.
Yeah, just any
So
random
then you
dark.
can just summon out like you just scale these, summon out this, and you have to leave another zone open
Yeah.
to be able to resolve its effect.
So you normally don't pendulum out back a dark one. Just like
Yeah,
any monster
you
that's
don't
not
pendulum
dark.
out the Dark One because you need it in your extra deck
Yeah.
to be able to use this effect.
True.
Right? So you can pendulum out this and just like any other monster from your hand,
Uh-huh.
right? And then you can use Electrum effect to put another dark monster
Yeah.
on the field if you want.
And you get a free
Like
card.
you can pop this, get another one. But basically use its effect to pop your high scale.
Yeah.
Go to the extra deck, summon out Darkworm from the extra deck,
Yeah.
and then its effect when it's its effect when it's destroyed puts itself in the scale.
Yeah.
So then you just put it in the scale. Yeah, when it's destroyed, the monster then goes to the scale. So
Yeah.
then you use the 0 scales effect. When you have the 13 scale, also you can blow them up.
This is where it got wild.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is where I was like, I don't know what's happening.
Search its fusion.
This is so broken.
And you're drawing a card.
Yeah,
It's
and
not-
you're
And then you got
drawing
a free card, a
as
blank. It
well.
doesn't even matter.
And then you take the 2 things that are in the zones that your link monster points to. Just summon.
So this is under the electrum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just summon one of your starving venoms.
This is where it gets bad for your
You use
opponents.
infusion out.
This is where they lose.
Lyrilusk. You can use this effect to burn
Effect
for 500.
you always burn
Yeah,
for
so
5.
that you can bait ogre because it's unaffected. So if they ogre you, they just
They're like,
you just
good
know,
job,
it's
kid.
unaffected, sorry. And then you just link these away for Zephyra. And then you just make the second.
You make the
Supreme
second
King.
Supreme King. So wild.
Use their effects to copy.
So
Lyrilusk.
copy for 4K.
And because its level is 8 and it burns for 500 times its level, each one burns for 4,000.
And that's usually the FTK. This is
If you're going second, you do the same
played.
thing going second with one of them, and you just burn for 4,000, and then swing for 6,800 attack, piercing damage
yeah,
unaffected.
this
by
is
card
all
effects.
without attacking it. Like if you went second, like you'd
like
just be even
over a
more
trick
broken.
clown for a game.
Yeah, and that felt awful. No. You're right. I was like, I shouldn't do it, but I have to do it. I'm dead. All right, man. Any shouts you want to give?
Shout out to my locals, Top Caliber Gaming.
Hey. Hey.
Shout out to Noah. It was the FTK was his original
Yeah.
idea. And
The originator.
it was
The evil
This is
genius.
easily the most unfair deck I've just ever seen, like in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, because it's an FTK deck that can do it every time and is broken going second.
Yeah, it's insane.
So it was wild. Shout out to Mitch.
Gumart.
Shout out to Russell. Shout out to Tony, Amelia, Vic, everybody back in Arizona. And yeah, that's about
All right, man. Congrats on top 16 and thanks for the deck profile, man.
it. Thank you.